Oh, it's burning again. So, yeah, the Firebird. So, after trying to order a windshield and waiting over a month onto it due to COVID-19, we ended up cutting the window out of an old car and putting in this one. So anyway, we took it out for the first run, and we've done a couple of pulls with it. It's pulling good. And anyway, I said, well, let's go get some gas and let's go take it for a run downtown. So anyway, went down to the end of Harbour Drive, if you're familiar with here, stopped and went to turn around, and as I turned the steering wheel, and it just went, I guess, almost over to where I bring up the steering wheel, going the steering box would go as far as it would go to one side. It blew the power steering lines off. So anyway, I'm going to show you some of the stuff that happened to it. But as you can see, it caught on fire, melted the alternator, wires going down to the temperature sender, plug wires, master cylinder, all the wiring up for the headlight harness of the car, and the list goes on quite a bit there. It has some heat damage here, as you can see, and some stuff. But if you look down there, you can see where she blew out of the AN fitting that was in the box, and actually the line is right there. And you can see all this fender was on fire. There's all the fluid just blew up here, and as well as all under the hood, all on fire. So didn't have a fire extinguisher with me. Going to put one in the car real soon. So we went down there, and we were down on the end of the Harbour Drive, and with no indication, just as soon as caught the wheel, bang, and went up in flames. So anyway, there's a couple of guys driving up by in a van, and between myself and the passenger with us, there was like 6 cans of Pepsi and a can of Rockstar to put the fire out. And shortly after that, then a guy with a Jeep showed up, and he had a fire extinguisher, and he hit the bottom of the hood, because all the insulation, I suppose, up underneath the hood was, or the glue was actually burning. So anyway, it was pretty good. So for the first one, I also had the fire department and the police there. Wasn't good. But anyway, it's kind of good to happen where it did, because it had to happen back out here where I live, and actually out the road out here. There's no way there would have been anybody here to either help pull it out, or anybody to respond. The car was going to last. So anyway, I think we're going to try to get a smaller brake booster and probably do away with the Hydro Boost for now. I'm not sure where we're going to get it off it, but we're actually going to haul the brake master cylinder booster off now and jack her up some. So a little bit of repair to do, but it's not how I wanted the first drive to go. But anyway, we'll have to fix it. So I'll off and probably show some more of actually mounting up the booster and some stuff, and hopefully won't be too much longer. I'll get some actual video of the car actually driving. Yeah, so we just got home with the car, and yeah, she's first couple of runs we had back after she got on fire. So anyway, just look at some of the temperatures on it. I don't know if you can see that gone. That's 80 Celsius, the top of the hood in areas, and a little bit cooler up around there. But I mean, that's very hot. But the problem is back is cut out the shaker. Hot air coming out of there. Still, what are we at? Well, it's 180. Pretty hot. So anyway, let's lay this down for a second. Let's pop the hood open there. But You can see that there, obviously that turbo housing, that's really hot. And that's the one we lost when I busted the power steering line. That one got soaked with oil. We couldn't stop it from smoking. So anyway, come over here, look at this one. So even that's a cheap eBay or Amazon as a turbo blanket. It still reduces the heat quite a bit. It's 120 there on top of that one, and it's like 3 odd over there, right? But like you said, I know even the wrap over there is 200. But anyway, it was getting really hot. So anyway, what I done today was I had the original first fan cutting in at 195, cutting off at 180, and we actually changed the setting on that, so the fan is cutting in at 180 and it's cutting out at 170. So the fan is running more and is actually working pretty good at keeping it a bit cooler. But anyway, part of the Firebird is you look at it, we have all the fender wells in her, and as you can still see all the, I mean, how well you can see it, but I mean that's where she caught on fire, but all the paint is still, where it's so hot, it's still always peeling out the hood. But anyway, figure we're going to see if we get some more air into it. So anyway, something to show you here. It's upside down right now, but we got a 70 front, very big grill openings. I know the car is an 80, but what we're planning on doing, as you can see, would let a lot more air in towards the radiator, a lot more into it, and where the hood is different. But the original plan was you leave the 80 front onto it and make some type of grill area in here to let it out. You can't even touch that. But to get the heat out, or put the 70 front onto it with a ram air hood onto it, and probably put a few grills in the top of the ram air unit. But yeah, the heat column, but as you can see, the engine bay is full and there's really nowhere for it to go. Other than that, take the inner fenders out as a last resort, but I don't really want to do that just yet. But other than that, it's working really good. So I figured I'd do a little update onto it and show the guys what's been happening. Hello, it's Bernie back again. So we're going to do another update on the car. So it's been a while, and as you can see now, we have a 70 Firebird front on it. Still got to poke this away. I got to work on something. Just supposed to get a handle up here for popping the hood. But anyway, yeah, it didn't just the front itself. Actually, basically unbolt the other front, bolt the brackets on for the bumper, and bolt that front out. This is no more than that. It just bolts right on the car. The only issue we did have with it is this turbocharger used to sit a bit higher, and if you look at the hood, the way the hood comes in here, it was actually hitting. So we had to drop the turbocharger down, which means we had to make the exhaust pipe, and we also had to make the blow off or the wastegate pipe. And in doing that, to get the all this in here, as you can look down now, the intercooler is right here. So anyway, we had to move the transmission cooler back and the intercooler back and relocate the horns and some stuff. But anyway, it's all on it now. The funny thing is too, in doing that, we had a lot more connections and we had a lot more silicone couplers and everything on the, on what do you call it, on the intercooler piping. So anyway, all of them are gone out. The only thing we have now is it's a silicone coupler here, and it's a, you can see there's a silicone coupler in here going into the intercooler on the cold side. Other than that, up on top, same thing. We have one here, and we have one around right here. So we didn't touch that one, but we definitely did decrease the amount of stuff that'll actually pop off or fall off for this stuff, right? So just on the run the other night, we took it out with this front onto it. Engine runs a lot colder, a whole lot colder. And even we shot the top of the hood, and even though it was a cooler night, the top of the hood around here, as you can see now, I didn't put these in here, we're just trying some stuff, but anyway, even the hood temperature around here dropped like 25 degrees, so considering if you look down, it's directly over the top of the headers, and exhaust pipe, so we may still lower this, but it changes the look of the car. I like it actually. I may do something to put the 70 front window or rear window onto it after, but yeah, so it's very interesting. In the meantime, if you have a look behind me and you see the Mustang, Jordan's Mustang, he had his I think he's been out there 3 race days now with it. The car did get finished. So he came back here for some roll cage work, and we repacked the clutches in the rear end, and we had to put some more dowels and some stuff in the bell housings and stuff in there. But other than that, now coming out this weekend is going to have a boost controller into it, and it's also going to be running some C12 and some timing. But the car done really good. If you're interested in any more stuff with the car, check out Fitzy's Fabrication YouTube channel. There's a lot of content and some more stuff on this car being actually built, and I think there's some actual footage of the car racing. So done a good job. Car is, not to give out too much, but the car is very surprising. It done really well. So, in the meantime, kind of hard to see it, but I'm going to show you around. It's kind of hard to see on the hood, but you can see she's all burned right here. But even though that, well, when you look at it in here, all the inside the hood, a lot of that, some is from the fire, but all up in this area around here, none of that is from the fire. That's just the under hood heat, because it's burning the paint off on the other side as well, which didn't have any fire into it, right? So yeah, so as you'll see now, get a little more done with it, but it's coming along. It's getting the bugs out, so to speak. So we'll do another few things with it, and we'll have a check back in.